Hi guys, I just wanted to get on here and share a few things that I have learned this year, and I hope it can be an encouragement to you guys. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and my kids are here obviously, so we might have a few interruptions from them, but I will try to get through this without interruptions. So the first thing I learned and accepted is your past doesn't define you. You might have had some terrible things happen. You might have done some terrible things, and that does not define who you are at all. You define who you are, and you are in control of that. But what you can't control, another thing I learned, is what others think about you. Like, you cannot spend all your time and energy on pleasing everybody else so they will think highly of you. You cannot control what somebody else thinks of you. That somebody could look for every negative thing about you, and that's how they see you when there's double or triple the positives. So don't sweat it. Let it roll off your shoulders. You can't control what they think. Just do your thing. Another thing is really learning forgiveness. Like, I have to say, I used to think I was good at forgiving, but I really wasn't forgiving because I was still like holding a grudge, and like it just felt like a weight on my shoulders. But when I truly learned what forgiveness is, that weight was lifted off my shoulders. And I hope that everybody who struggles with forgiveness can learn to deal with that. Also, I learned that toxic people are toxic, plain and simple. It doesn't matter if it's a coworker, it doesn't matter if it's a family member, a friend, somebody you go to church with, it does not matter. Toxic people are toxic, and they are toxic to you. So my advice is to just cut them off. Like, if they are not an encouragement to you, if they are not helping you, but if they are damaging your mental health, and cut them off. Like, you don't need toxic people. You don't. Also, with that, I've learned that, and this is one that I really don't like to talk about, but I need to talk about it, is mental health is real. Like, not that I used to think, but I grew up hearing that mental health is not a real thing. Like, kind of like it was all fake. Like, you can control it. And I do believe you can control it to a certain degree. For me, at the beginning of this year, my anxiety was terrible. I was barely functioning. I was scared to be at home with my kids by myself because I didn't know when I would have a dizzy spell or want to pass out, and it was just traumatizing. And we even did blood tests, which came back fine, and I mean, it's just anxiety. But I decided that I was done, and I'm not going to be this person who lives like this, and I don't want my kids to see me live like this. So I cut off the toxic people. I didn't go to a therapist. Honestly, God was my therapist. Like, I threw myself in the Bible. I threw myself in church, like made a priority to go and to be around people who were good for me. So, yes, I believe there are steps that you can take to help your mental health. But I also believe that you shouldn't solely rely on your therapist or who. Like, I'm not saying don't go see your therapist. Definitely go see your therapist. But I think, like, for me, I'm not on any medication. Like, I'm fine. I am taking care of myself, but I rely on God. I do not rely on a therapist. I do not rely on my husband. I do not rely on somebody at church or a friend. Like, those are not people I rely on. I rely on God to get me through anything that I need help getting through. With that being said, I think another thing I've learned also is when I was having those moments of just I wasn't okay, and I know that some people noticed and they didn't reach out to me, or I feel like, knowing me, I will reach out to you. If I see something's off, I'm going to check on you and make sure you're okay. If I haven't heard from you in a while, I'm going to check on you and make sure you're okay. And it really hurt me that people didn't do that for me. Like, it really felt like nobody cared. And when somebody struggles with anxiety, it's not good for them to feel like nobody cares. But I have learned to, just because you do something, that does not mean somebody else will do it for you. Like, because you act that way, do not think that other people are going to return and act like that, because they won't. I also learned that family is what you make it. Like, family doesn't have to be blood. It's really whoever feels like family. Whoever is there for you, whoever loves you unconditionally is family. And I've made a church family. I've made friends that are family, and it just goes. It really feels like they're family. Also, I've learned to believe in yourself. Like, that has been a big thing for me this year, is believing in myself. Like, somebody can tell you all day long that you're amazing, like, you can do this, but until you truly believe it, like, it doesn't matter. And I've learned to believe in myself, because, and it might sound conceited, but I am awesome. I am amazing. I can do anything I put my mind to. Don't tell me I can't, because I will. Like, I believe in myself, and it took me this year to get to where I can be like that. With that, I also learned to start accomplishing your dreams. Like, one of my dreams was to start my dance fitness, and I always thought that, because I didn't believe in myself, thought that I couldn't do that. Like, nobody would come to my class, nobody would listen to me. No, like, who am I? But I decided that it's something I want to do. I'm gonna do it, because when I look back at my life, I don't want to be like, oh, I really wish I did that, because I know I would have been good. Like, no, do it. If it's your dream, do it. So with everything that I've learned this year, and everything that has changed me, the main thing was putting God first. I encourage you to do that with everything. In every relationship, in literally everything you do, put God first. And I will promise you, it will work out. It may not be how you think it should work out, but it's how God wants it to work out. And if you looked at my life a year ago, I was a miserable person. Like, I can't even explain to you how miserable I was. But literally putting God first changed my everything. Changed my physical appearance. It changed me mentally. It changed me, like, spiritually. I'm changed. Like, I am a completely different person, and I'm loving it. I hope that you guys continue to follow me, and I hope that I can help whoever needs help. Like, if you are struggling, I hope I can be that encouragement to you. I hope I can be the person that I needed when I was struggling. So, I hope you guys have a good New Year's. I hope you're safe, and can't wait to see you next year.